Hi, so I'm going to show you some exercises that you can do using a stability ball if you have one at home. And these exercises are fantastic to practice during your pregnancy. So sitting yourself onto your ball, and if you can, place the feet about hip width apart. But if you need to, maybe to accommodate bump, feel free to take the feet out a little bit wider if needed. So finding that position that works well for you, spreading your toes into the floor and feeling equal weight through your feet. Lengthening up through the spine, almost feel that you're levitating off the ball, lengthening up towards the ceiling. And just take a couple of nice deep breaths just to settle yourself. So breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing in and out. And we're going to start off with some pelvic tilts. So we're just going to place the hands around the hips, around the pelvis, sitting tall and just trying to focus into the pelvic area first of all. So taking a breath, and as you breathe out, we're going to gently tilt the pelvis. Try and tuck the tailbone underneath you. Feel the ball slightly draw forward underneath as you tilt through the pelvis. Taking a breath and then breathing out as we now tilt and draw the tailbone back behind you and let the ball just gently draw back slightly as you tilt. Breathing in and out as we gently tilt, drawing that ball underneath you. Breathing in and out as we tilt again and drawing the ball back slightly behind. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. So we're just getting this nice gentle rocking motion. Imagine drawing the tailbone back behind you and then trying to tuck the tailbone underneath, drawing it forward. Turn yourself to neutral, and now we're just going to add a little bit of movement through the spine, so a little bit of flexion and extension. So the same movement through the pelvis, but you can let the body join in. So now take a breath and breathing out again as you tuck the tail, draw the ball slightly forward, let the spine join in. So gently nod the head slightly, rounding the spine. And now breathing in and out as we draw the tailbone back, draw the ball underneath you and gently travel the eye line up towards the ceiling. Shine the breastbone up so you come into that little bit of spinal extension. And now breathing in and out again as we start to gently round the spine, drawing the ball forward slightly underneath you. Breathing in and out as we come into that nice extension again, taking the ball slightly back behind you. Breathing in and out, drawing the ball forward and gently rounding the back. Breathing in and out as we come up. One more time. Finishing with that last extension. And now just bringing yourself to neutral, so the eye line forward, lengthened through the spine, and that tailbone just nicely tucked underneath you, so you're not tilting either forward or back. You're nicely stable on the ball. And we're going to work into the feet now. So just coming into some heel lifts. So take a breath, breathing out as you lift one heel, breathe in as you lower, breathe out as you lift the opposite side. Breathe in to lower, breathe out to lift. So we're just walking gently through the feet, alternating your heel lifts. And this is quite nice if you do have a bit of swelling in the feet. It just can help move a little bit of fluid. So a good one to practice. Lovely. Staying nice and stable. Try and avoid shifting too much weight on the sitting bones as you lift the heels. And feel free to repeat these, continue a few more. Or if you can now, we're going to try and take this into a single leg stretch. So you're going to peel the foot off the floor and lengthen that leg out in front. And you're going to need a lot of stabilising now. Take your time. And we're going to place the foot back down. Same on the other side. So stabilising yourself, try and avoid shifting those hips as you send the leg away. and bring it back in. Let's go for 4 more. Breathe in and out. Again. Try and stay nice and stable. Avoid dropping the hip as you lift and lengthen the leg away. You can see me wobbling there a little bit that time. It does take a lot of concentration, bit of practice. And coming back in. Lovely. Now a little bit of a challenge, we're going to add some rotation. So we're going to take the hands up and bring them behind your head. So you're cradling the back of your head. Just watch that you don't push the head forward. So drawing the head back on top of the spine, elbows just in the corner of your eyes. And we're going to try that again, our leg stretch, but now with a little bit of rotation at the same time. So let's stretch the right leg and we're going to twist to the right as well. So taking a breath. And breathing out, start to stretch the leg and gently twist to that side. Breathing in as we come back to the center, bringing the leg in. And now breathing out to the left. Send the leg away and gently twist. Breathing in as we come back to the center. Breathing out, lengthen the leg and twist. Breathing in, coming back to the center. And breathing out to the other side. Let's go for 4 more. So these again are quite challenging. If it gets a little bit too much, place the hands maybe onto the ball next to you. Feel a sense of lifting yourself off the ball, like you're levitating and coming away from the ball as you twist. So almost a sense of spiraling round. Bringing it back when you're ready. Place the foot down. Whew. Take those hands away. Have a little roll of the shoulders there if you need to. Okay, so I'm just going to change position so that you'll be able to see me. I'm just going to move the ball down a little bit. And we're going to change position. We're going to come into a supported bridge position now. So just slowly place your hands on the ball and slowly start to walk out and take yourself down. So you're resting on the ball. I might need to move a little bit further down again so you can see me. Don't want you to lose me, go off camera. Okay, so if you need to, support your head with your hands so you can rest your head, neck and shoulders onto the ball, and we're in this supported bridge position. So feet about hip width apart, or maybe a little bit wider if you feel you need to. So just take a moment to stabilise yourself here on the ball, eye line straight up towards the ceiling. We're going to work into the legs and the hips using the ball to support us. We're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, start to drop the hips, drop your bottom as if you're going to try and sit yourself down on the floor. So you're almost following the shape of the ball. Take a breath. And as you breathe out, start to push through the feet, lengthen the knees away and lift the hips into your bridge. Breathing in and out as we start to lower and almost, if you can, sit yourself down to the floor. Breathing in and out, lift the hips, lengthen those knees away. Breathing in and out as we come down, take the shape of the ball. Breathing in and out as we come up, lengthen the knees away. One more time. Try and keep that head resting back. Lovely, okay. We're going to change this into a little bit more extension now. So again, take a breath. Breathing out again as we lower ourselves down again. Sit yourself down and feel that your spine is resting against the ball. Really take the shape of the ball with your spine and try and keep that positioning as you take a breath. And now breathe out. Keep yourself against the ball. Keep the shape as you follow the ball. Push through the feet and lengthen the legs so you take yourself into a nice big extension. So you're keeping yourself against the ball. Take a breath and breathing out. Keep the shape, keep the shape. Follow the ball as you start to come back down. Fold the knees and rest yourself down. Take a breath and breathing out again. Follow the ball, resting back against it. Push through the feet and lengthen away. Take a breath. Breathing out again as we start to come down. Good, 2 more. Breathe in and out. So this is really lovely to get that nice extension. Try and keep the shape of the ball. Try and keep contact with it as much as you can. 1 more. And come all the way down. And now just very slowly take your hands away from your head and bring your hands onto the floor, because you don't want that ball to escape you too fast that you fall backwards. And just slowly sit yourself forward away from the ball so that you can now come round into kneeling. So we're going to come into a high kneeling position now on the floor. And if you need to, maybe have your feet together and just open out those knees a little bit. Again, maybe to accommodate bump, feel a little bit more comfortable in the hips, or you can have those legs hip width apart if you can. You can just have the ball next to you just to help with a little bit of stability as we come into a hip flexor stretch. So this is a really lovely one during pregnancy. So let's have the ball on the left side, so we're all going the same way. I'm going to step my right foot forward in front of me, and I'm just making sure first of all that ankle is below knee and this supporting knee is directly underneath the hip. So we're nicely stacked and lengthened up through the spine. And now just take a breath, and as you breathe out, just let yourself slowly sink forward into that stretch, stretching out the hip flexor. Try and avoid sticking your bottom out behind you or pushing the hips forward. So keeping stacked over the pelvis and just letting the weight come forward. And now holding it here with your right arm, take a breath in as you float up, and then breathing out as we reach over. So you're getting a nice stretch down through that side and opening up. Breathing in and out as we restack and float the arm down. Let's do it 2 more times. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Lovely. 1 more on this side. If it gets too much with the hip, just ease off of that stretch if you need to and focus on the side reach. Lovely. Let's step that foot in and bring the ball round to the other side and just switch ourselves over. So now the ball is on my right side. I'm going to step forward with the left foot, and again just make sure that the ankle is below the knee and also my supporting knee is directly underneath my hip. And first of all, going to bring myself into that hip flexor stretch. So we're just going to gently come forward into that stretch. And it might feel different on one side, so just go to where you feel it's comfortable, where you feel you can hold it. Ball is just next to you, giving you a little bit of stability, coming into our side reach again. So breathing in as we float the left arm up, breathing out as we reach over, opening up that side, breathing in and out as we restack and float it down. 2 more. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And 1 more time. Really lovely to open up through the side of the body. Nice lateral flexion, which is always great during pregnancy because it's quite a tight area here. Float it down and step the foot back in. We're just going to switch sides again and do a little bit more here with the ball. So again, now the ball is on my left side, and I'm going to bring the ball in nice and close, so it's resting up against my leg, and I'm now going to take my hip into the ball. I might move over so hopefully I don't get cut off by the camera. And we're going to come all the way over, so rest that hip into the ball, come all the way over on that side. Whoop. Make sure you get the ball in the right position, and lengthen out your right leg. So you could, if you want to, if you can reach, place your hand on the floor. You could use a block, it's far away. Use the block underneath your hand if needed. But I'm just going to support my head here with my hand, and I'm going to place one hand here on my hip, but you could place it on the ball there if you need to. And we're going to do some leg lifts here. So we're going to take a breath in, drawing in through the center as we breathe out and lift that top leg. Breathe in as you lower. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe in to lower. Breathe out to lift. Let's go for 3 more. And lower it down. And now you can take that hand away, reach towards the floor, and we're going to reach the top arm up and over. Reach it back slightly behind you so you come into a nice big stretch over the ball. Hold it there, take a deep breath in, and breathing out, float the arm down, start to peel yourself off the ball using the hand to push yourself up and back into kneeling. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So moving that ball around, bringing it in alongside you against the leg and the hip as we then start to take ourselves onto the ball. Over we go onto that side, lengthen that top leg away. And again, you could place the hand onto the floor or have a block there so you bridge that gap if needed, or support around the back of the head, hand on hip or hand on the ball. And we're coming into those leg lifts again, breathing in and out as we lift. Breathe in to lower, breathe out to lift. Breathe in to lower, breathe out to lift. So I'm just reaching out through the toes. 2 more. Lovely. And again, keeping that leg lengthened, take that arm down now towards the floor, reach the top arm up and over, slightly behind you so you come into a nice big stretch. Take a deep breath in and breathing out, take that hand away, use that hand on the ball and just push yourself up and back to kneeling. Okay, now just bringing that ball in front of you, and we're going to come into a nice bit of mobilization for the spine. So the ball can just be slightly in front of you, resting your fingertips onto the ball. We're going to come into our nice cat stretch. So if you need to, again, toes together, open out those knees so you open up the hips and accommodate bump. You might need to have the ball a little bit further away maybe if needed. So try and avoid sticking your bottom out behind you as you start in this position. Lengthened up tall, relaxing through the shoulders. Taking a breath in, and as you breathe out, start to slowly nod the head and start to roll the ball away and roll yourself down. You can send the hips back behind you as you roll all the way down, and now lengthen out through the spine. So you're finding a nice long lengthened spine. Take a breath here, and as you breathe out, start to tuck the tail, draw bump in towards you, start to roll the ball in towards you and roll back up and stack through the spine. Again, take a breath and breathing out, nodding the head, start to roll it down and roll the ball. Take the hips back behind you as you come down and lengthen out through the spine. Try and avoid just dropping bump down towards the floor and dropping yourself into extension. Take a breath and breathing out again as we start to roll the ball, tuck the tail and roll up through the spine. Let's do it one more time. Take a breath. Breathing out, nod the head, start to roll it down, rolling the ball away. And lengthening out through the spine. Breathing in and out, tuck the tail, roll the ball. Coming all the way up. And now we're just going to roll the ball over to the left slightly. And we're going to do the same on that side to get that nice lateral stretch again here through the side of the body. So take a breath and breathing out again, nod the head, start to roll the ball on that left side. Again, roll down through the spine, stretch the ball away, lengthen through the spine and hold that stretch there. Take a breath And breathing out again, stacking the spine, tucking the tail, rolling the ball back in towards you. Let's do it one more time on this side. Nod the head, roll the ball away. And stacking up. Now let's take the ball over to the other side, so make sure you've got enough space as we roll on the other side. Roll away and roll it down. Breathing in and out. And one more time. Lovely. Bring that ball back to the centre, bring those knees in. And now we're just going to use the ball so we can sit ourselves up. So we're going to, if you've got a bit of wall that you can place the ball, we're going to bring it behind us and sit ourselves back against it. And it's quite nice, this position, because your spine can take a little bit of shape from the ball. So I'm just sitting into a long frog position with the soles of the feet together and just opening up in the hips. So just rest against the ball, and if you'd prefer, take the ball away and maybe use some pillows behind you instead. But the ball is quite nice because you can really rest yourself back. It's going to take a little bit of support and pressure as you sit yourself back. And we're going to come into a little bit of breathing work and a little bit of pelvic floor. You could place some pillows maybe here underneath the legs so they can support the weight of your legs, and you can just release through the hips. So whichever position here feels comfortable, feel free to grab some pillows if you'd like to. You could cross the legs, you could even sit onto the ball if you want to, or sit on a chair. So just taking a moment, we want to focus on breathing and just trying to relax a little bit and let go of any tension. So taking some nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing in and out. And really just let the shoulders relax. Let yourself soften and get comfortable in this position. And we're just going to nod the head forward slightly. And if you want to, you can place your hands around bump, and you might feel a little bit of feedback with this next pelvic floor exercise. So we're going to come into what's called the flower. We're going to imagine our pelvic floor as our favourite flower. And in a moment, we're going to think about trying to gather up the petals of the flower, drawing it together to close into a bud. So gathering up the muscles of the pelvic floor. And then we're going to release and open the flower and release the pelvic floor. So it's just a bit of imagery to help trying to engage those deep pelvic floor muscles. So again, like I said, feel free to place your hands around your bump if you want to, or just relax the hands wherever feels comfortable. Just gently nodding the head forward, taking one breath in first of all, and a sigh out to relax. Now imagining your favourite flower, so you can close your eyes here if you want to. And imagine that the flower is open, so we're nice and relaxed, the petals are open. And now take a breath. And as you exhale, feel that you're starting to gather up the muscles of your pelvic floor, starting to draw those petals in and closing the flower into a bud. So you're drawing together. Feel that sense of drawing in and up, not too tense. You shouldn't be clenching the glutes. It's a deep internal feeling. And holding the bud closed. And now take a breath in again. And breathing out as you imagine opening the flower nice and slowly, opening those petals, starting to release the pelvic floor and relax all the way. And we're just going to repeat that one more time. So again, imagine your flower as you take a breath in, breathing out as you start to feel the gathering of the petals and your pelvic floor, gently drawing in, closing the flower, breathing in as you hold it closed, and then breathing out as we slowly start to open the flower, release the petals, and release the pelvic floor. And now just take one final breath with a sigh out. Let yourself relax. And we are finished. And I hope some of those exercises can help. If using your stability ball at home, please leave any comments or any questions that you might have, and have fun.